Okay, our next topic is the ethnomedicinal importance of the Magnoliaceae family. As you know, we have talked much about the Magnoliaceae family, its vegetative characters, reproductive characters, and the economic importance. All we have studied in a one particular lecture, right? But this time we will focus on its ethnomedicinal use. Okay, whatever the plants which belongs to the Magnoliaceae family, how they are locally used by the local people for their traditional uses. Okay, how they use these particular members of the Magnoliaceae for their traditional purposes. For example, if they are getting some of the medical problems, how they are using the members of the Magnoliaceae, this becomes important part of the ethnomedicinal studies. Okay, so we are going to study the five members of the Magnoliaceae family, which are showing the ethnomedical importance. Okay, now consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 4, that is the plant resource development. And we are here the importance of the ethnobotany in the Indian context. Okay. Now, why we are doing this lecture series? Because of this particular question. See here, the UPSC have asked in the ICS 2020 mains that you have to write it down the ethnomedicinal uses of the Solanaceae and the APSC plant family. So here the UPSC can go for the any type of the plant family, and that is why we have to cover each and every family which is given in the UPSC mains syllabus. Okay, so let's come to the ethnomedicinal uses of the Magnoliaceae family. The very first member we are going to consider here is the Magnolia virginiana. Okay, carefully remember the name. It's called Magnolia, and the name of the species is the virginiana. Okay, because you have to write it down as it is in the UPSC mains. You should underline the botanical name. Okay, so the very first species which belongs to the Magnoliaceae family is the Magnolia virginiana, and the part of it which is used is the root plus the stem bark. Okay, very important. The bark part is used to create a particular kind of a tonic. Okay, what they create out of it? They create the tonic out of it, and this tonic is largely used for the autonomial fevers. Okay, autonomial fevers treatment, this a particular tonic is used. Plus it is also used in case of the rheumatism. Okay, you know all the rheumatism types, right? There is a rheumatoid arthritis, there is a gout. All these types of the problems which are relating with the bones are there in the rheumatism, and the autonomial fever is also there. Both of these conditions can be treated by using the bark tonic of the root and stem of the Magnolia virginiana. Now this is an age-old practice, and the local people or the tribal peoples are regularly using this particular Magnolia virginiana plant to treat these particular kinds of the medical problem. Okay, so carefully remember the root and the stem bark. Out of it, what they create? They create a particular tonic, and against the autonomial fevers and the rheumatism, this tonic is very helpful. Okay, now consider the second plant which belongs to the Magnoliaceae family is the Magnolia grandiflora. Okay, what is the name of the plant? It's called Magnolia grandiflora. Okay, again, you should remember you have to underline the botanical name in the UPSC mains as well. And which part of it is used as a traditional medicine? It's a stem bark. Okay, bark of the stem is very useful in creating a particular kind of decoction or particular kind of tonic, and this tonic is used against the itching. Okay, the very specific use is there. The itching which is caused due to the heat is typically treated with the help of tonic which is created out of the stem bark of the Magnolia grandiflora. Both of these plants belongs to the same genus, that is the Magnolia of the family Magnoliaceae. The very first plant we have studied is the Magnolia virginiana, and the second plant is the Magnolia grandiflora. Each a case, we have used the bark either of root or the stem. Okay, and out of it, the particular tonic is created, which is used for a specific purpose. In case of the Magnolia grandiflora, we are using this particular tonic out of its stem bark for treating the itching. Okay, carefully remember the application, right? Now, the third plant we have on the list for this particular Magnoliaceae family is the Magnolia acuminata. Okay, what is the name of the plant? It's called Magnolia acuminata. Okay, underline it. And which part of it is again used? The powdered bark of the stem. Okay, whatever the bark of the stem is there, out of it is the powder is created. Okay, this time we are not creating the tonic, but here the powder is created out of the Magnolia acuminata plant, and this particular bark powder is used in all types of the rheumatism. Now this becomes very important. Okay, because this rheumatism has came here second time, and you know there is a specific application of the Magnoliaceae members in case of the rheumatism. All types of the rheumatism here are treated by using the powder of the bark of the Magnolia acuminata. Okay, all types of the rheumatism, not the one or two kind, but all types of the rheumatisms are treated by using the stem bark powder of the Magnolia acuminata. So you can say generally when it comes to the Magnolia genus, it is specifically highly mentioned for the problems relating with the rheumatism. Whatever the rheumatisms are there, rheumatoid arthritis or the gout or different types of the arthritis are there, this can be treated successfully by using the Magnolia plant family members. Okay, now consider the fourth plant in this regard is the Magnolia officinalis. Okay, again we are dealing with the same genus. Sorry, again we are dealing with the same genus, that is the Magnolia officinalis, and this particular Magnolia officinalis plant again shows some traditional importance. For example, it's bark tonic. Okay, what we are going to create here out of the bark, we are going to create here the tonic, and this bark tonic is used against the general nausea and the dysentery. Okay, in case of the dysentery and in case of the general nausea, this particular tonic is very useful. And remember again here, the bark portion is there. Every time we take the example from the Magnoliaceae family members, we always take their bark. So from this point, you can understand their bark is having the high medicinal potential here. The bark is from the every plant from the Magnoliaceae family or the genus Magnolia shows some or the other kind of a medical importance. Okay, so this will help you to remember regarding the plant part, which plant part we are going to use in the Magnoliaceae family. Okay, always remember the bark portion is there whenever you say Ethnomedicinal uses of the Magnoliaceae family. So here the fourth plant, which is called as the Magnolia officinalis, its bark is used to create the tonic, and this tonic is used in case of the general nausea and the dysentery. Okay, now the fifth plant regarding the Magnoliaceae family is of the another genus, which is called as the Liriodendron. Carefully remember Liriodendron, and the name of species is a tulipifera. Okay, tulipifera, right? So underline it, and first four plant species are all belongs to the one genus, that is the Magnolia. But this fifth plant has another genus which is called as the Liriodendron tulipifera. Okay. Now this time we are using the root, and again we are using the bark portion of the root. Okay, the root bark is used, and this root bark, out of this root bark, a particular powder is created, and which is used for the paroxysmal fevers. Okay, you know the paroxysmal. In case of the paroxysmal fevers, we always use this term in case of the malaria, right? Because there is a constant chilling and the shivering effect, right? So in case of the paroxysmal fevers, or you can say in case of the malaria, the root bark is used from the plant which is called as the Liriodendron tulipifera, which belongs to the Magnoliaceae family. So here again we are using the bark. Okay, so remember these are five plants which belongs to the Magnoliaceae family, that is Magnolia virginiana, then Magnolia grandiflora, then Magnolia acuminata, and Magnolia officinalis, and the Liriodendron tulipifera. In each case, the bark is got involved. Okay, please remember the which plant part we are using from each species. Okay, and also you have to specifically remember against which kind of a medical condition these particular plant parts are used. Okay, so this is all about the Magnoliaceae family.